go. We are at week 10 of our Connect and Heal live meditation. For all of you that come live, thank you so much. And for those of you that are listening on replays, thank you for taking the time to be here for yourself, to create peace and healing for not only you and your family, but for the world at large. So before we get started today, I want to share something that I am working on that is just a really simple 3 steps to connect your intuition. And I think we all know this time has given us some more space and silence. We're maybe hearing more internal dialogue that normally we would shut out with screen time or busyness or activities. So I just wanted to share these 3 steps that I'll be sharing in the coming weeks as part of my Connect to Your Intuition challenge. But that is ask, listen, act. And, you know, a lot of times things are running through our heads and our minds, and it seems more like it's just, it can be ongoing chatter. But if we can truly just ask, and it could be anything from, should I take a nap right now? to, relationship questions and discussions and family. I mean, there's nothing too big or too small that we can't ask ourselves and ask our intuition. So then that second step after we ask is to actually listen. And that's where our meditation practice comes into play, is that we've created this sacred space where we can receive, where we can be in silence and we can hear in that stillness. So we've asked the question, we're listening for that answer. And when we say listen, we're really listening with all of our senses. That's what's so beautiful about intuition, is that you might feel it in your belly. You might feel a tingle. It might be an article that pops up or something you see. There's so many ways that we can listen to our intuition. And of course, the body speaks to us, but the universe speaks to us as well. And so if you're on the fence about something and you're asking, you ask and then you listen for that answer, but you're listening, with your eyes and your ears and your body and your, wonderful mind. So ask, listen, and then finally act. And that's really important. And so often the follow through doesn't happen there until hindsight. And then people look back and they say, I knew it. I should have. And it's like, you knew the answer. You knew it. And so I would encourage you to not only ask and listen, from what you're having to lunch to, to where you might move next, to what job, to what you want to write about. I mean, anything really, but asking, listening, but then act. Take a step in the direction that your intuition encouraged you. And that's how we build this muscle. That's how we build our intuition, is by using it, not by asking her for help, but then ignoring her, or asking her for help, but then saying, yeah, okay, thanks for that one, but that's just an option. But to really listen and trust into that and act, so you can continue to grow your confidence in acting on your intuition, but also that voice of intuition will begin to get louder for you, right? The more you act on it, the more likely it is that the next time you come back and you ask your intuition, you connect with your intuition, that you'll hear that voice more clearly each and every time that you do the ask, listen, ask cycle. So just wanted to share that with all of you, because I think it applies to what we've been doing for the last 2 months. And so, wanted to give you guys and girls a heads up of that. So let's go ahead and roll out our normal style here, which is I'd love to have you type in the chat or notate, if you're watching this from home, what you're feeling right now. no judgment, but one is discomfort. And again, discomfort isn't bad, it's just uncomfortable. It could be anxiety, it could be hunger, anger, resentment, just uncomfortable feelings. And then up to 5, which is you're really feeling, you know, revitalized, healthy, energetic, happy, joyful, whatever feels very comfortable and light to you. So again, no judgment, but I'd love to hear where you're at right now before we create this sacred space, before we kind of go into our meditation. And I ask this of you so that you can notate what it does for you. It's really no different than if you work with a trainer at the gym, right? You do measurements. How fast can you run a mile? How can you do? What can you lift? You're really looking at this starting out point, because so often we work hard and we don't see our progress. We don't see the results of our hard work. And so by taking a little bit of a note right now of where we are, we can help to see where we are now, and then what our meditation practice really does for us in a few short, 10-minute stint. So thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. Lovely. Lovely. And then again, we'll, whether or not I ask online, but know that when we're finished, I'd love you to notate that again and make some observations about the changes in your comfortability. So moving on, then we will do our chant today, and our chant, Om Asatoma. Again, this sacred chant is helping us to move from the untruth, the unreal, to the real, to the truth, which I think as the pandemic goes on, and the science and the facts and the politics seem to be mucky, that being able to tap into our own inner knowing and to make our own decisions about what's true for us. This mantra seems to ring more true today than it even did 2.5 months ago. So taking us from unreal to real, from darkness to light, and from death to eternal light. So I'll repeat the mantra 3 different times, and then we'll move into our meditation. Om Asatoma Sakamaya, Tamasoma Joitir Gamaya, Mriturmam Ritam Gamaya. Om Asatoma Sakamaya, Tamasoma Joitir Gamaya, Mriturmam Ritam Gamaya. Om Asatoma Sakamaya, Tamasoma Joitir Gamaya, Mriturmam Ritam Gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. So if your eyes are already closed, I invite you to keep them closed. And if they're not closed, I invite you to do that now if that's something that's in your practice. Let's take an inhale together, inhaling through our nose and exhaling through our mouths. Let's do that 2 more times together. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. With our eyes gently closed, we continue to connect to our breath. By connecting to our breath, we become fully present in this moment. Here in the silence, we begin to let any thoughts float by. light clouds in the sky, never judging or analyzing, not trying to grasp or hold on to them, but just observing, letting it come and letting it go. Like the great poet Rumi in his poem Guest House. Some thoughts are uncomfortable, some are joyful, but we welcome each one in through the front door and out through the back. As they come and go, they teach us lessons. Inhale and exhale. Connecting to our breath. We're present here in our body. With each inhale and exhale, we acknowledge this breath as a life force, as our lifeline. That this breath housed in our body that this breath is part of our divinity, the life breathed into us. And this divine breath held here in our body creates a temple. So with each breath, we acknowledge our body as a temple of the Spirit. Inhale and exhale. Resting gently in our seat, we acknowledge the support around us, the support of Mother Earth and the food she offers, in the gentle breeze that brushes our face, and the trees that give us shade. Mother Earth is always nourishing and nurturing us. And here in this moment, we acknowledge her for her divine love and support. As we continue through our meditation today, we acknowledge that our breath, this divine life force, pulsing through us, pulses through each and every living thing. And that this connection is a connection with all that is. A connection with the universal divine. I invite you to roll your shoulders down and away from your ears. And we'll begin to introduce our three-part breath. Our great pranayama, our maha pranayama. Very simply and gently inhaling first into our belly, expanding through our side ribs, and lastly lifting through our chest. And on an exhale, releasing through the chest, contracting through the side ribs, and gently letting our belly buttons move closer to our spine. Inhale and exhale. With each inhale, we let our breath move into each cell of our bodies, reaching our toes and our fingertips. And with each exhale, we release. We let go. anything in our body, any thoughts, emotions, feelings, tensions, memories that aren't serving us. Let your outward breath wash them away. And on an inhale, you receive renewing life, letting that clean breath, that clean divine water rush over you. Inhale and exhale. Continuing with our 3-part breath now, we'll begin to introduce our mantra today. Om Shreem. Silently to ourselves, inhaling Om and exhaling Shreem. This mantra is a mantra of flow and grace, a mantra of sweet, sweet surrender. Om Shreem. Om Shreem. By letting go, we accept. By letting go, we accept. By giving, we receive. Om Shreem. We'll begin a brief body scan now, letting the mantra and the breath move from our head to our toes, intentionally giving love and compassion and renewal to each part of our body. Again, I invite you to roll your shoulders down and away from your ears, sitting comfortably yet tall through the spine, open through your chest, letting your heart, your chest be there, open to receive. We'll begin our attention in our right shoulder, letting the breath move over our shoulder, releasing through the back of the neck, down our arm, and exhaling, releasing through our right fingertips. Om Shreem. Letting go of any tension there in our right side body. Anything that may be stuck or swirling around. Using the breath to gently break that free. Slowly and gently now moving our awareness to our left side body and maybe observing any difference there between the right and the left. Not judging, but just observing. If you notice any more relaxation in the right side, noticing what breath and love and compassion does to your body immediately. And now taking that same divine, gorgeous breath, and letting it gently cleanse and renew your left side body. Letting the breath move through the back of your neck, over your shoulder, swirling past your elbow, over the forearm, and releasing through each of your fingertips. Om Shreem. Moving your awareness now to your right side body, your low back. And with your breath releasing through the low back. Letting your hips splay open just slightly as you relax more deeply. And moving your awareness to the right side body, letting the breath swirl through your hips. Letting it flow over your thigh, swirling at the knee, flowing down your shin and calf, and releasing through your feet and toes. Knowing that Mother Earth will take care of anything you release. That as part of the life, death, and rebirth cycle, she'll take anything that's not serving you. And with her divinity, she will make new. Trust in her. Release to her. Let her give you her undying support and love. Om Shrim. Moving your awareness now to your left hip. Again, releasing through the low back. And on an exhale, releasing through the hip, letting that breath swirl there as it runs over your thigh and knee. Running down your calf and shin and releasing through your toes and feet. A few more breaths here, inhaling, renewal, life, rebirth, and exhaling anything that's not serving you, anything you're ready to let go of, anything that's no longer welcome in this sacred temple. Om Shrim. Slowly and gently, when you're ready, you'll bring your awareness back to your heart center. Continuing with your mantra and your 3-part breath. Taking a moment to reflect that by letting go, you accept. By letting go of expectations, you gain acceptance. By letting go of judgments, you gain joy. By letting go of fear, you gain courage. By letting go of anger, you gain healing. Om Shrim. Om Shrim. With each breath, welcome the flow of love and abundance into your body and into your life. Om Shrim. I invite you to bring your palms to your heart center now, one hand over the other. On an exhale, let your chin fall gently towards your chest. And here, as you bow into yourself, begin to release your 3-part breath. Letting your breath come back to its normal cadence. Begin to release your mantra. And take a moment to reflect on what's flowing through you in this moment. Compassion, creativity, love, hope, renewal, excitement. Knowing that this river, this divine river, is always running within you. That this amazing body that allows you to do so many joyous activities this body made up almost entirely of water. Bless this water within you. Bless this sacred river. We'll end our practice today with one ring of the singing bowl. At your own pace, you can begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, you can begin to slowly and gently flutter your eyes open. I invite you to reflect on how you're feeling in this moment. Maybe take a moment to journal about your meditation practice today, to notate any transformations that you felt during this brief meditation. And I ask you to acknowledge the divinity that lives within you every moment of every day. Until next time.